There's something about Phil Mickelson whenever he's in Saudi Arabia. The last time he was there, he called the PGA Tour obnoxiously greedy. 8 months later, the relationship has hardly improved. The rivalry between the Tour and LIV aside, Phil Mickelson has some views on how his ex-home ground is faring right now, and his Twitter presence too, well, it's different. In this video, we'll tell you all about how Phil Mickelson called out the PGA Tour again. First up, Phil left the Tour for its new and shiny rival early this year. A lot has changed in these 8 months. Mickelson was suspended by the PGA Tour after he started playing for LIV Golf. He also filed an antitrust lawsuit against the Tour because of the suspension, and he also removed his name from the lawsuit just last month. Safe to say, this man's made a lot of big choices. Right now, the golfer is back in Jeddah for LIV Golf's regular season finale at the Royal Greens Golf and Country Club. Naturally, after going through so many changes in a span as short as 8 months, he was asked many questions about it. And Phil thinks he's picked the right side of the trifle. He mentioned how for a long time during his career, at least 20 out of his 30-year-long career, he saw some of the best golfers play on the tour. Unfortunately, he doesn't think that will ever happen again, and from here on, he's going to have to pick a side now. How will he decide what to back? Well, you obviously side with whoever you think is right, and whoever you think is right is also who you think will be most successful, and he firmly believes that he's on the winning side of how things are going to go in the future of professional golf. That side being Greg Norman's golf circuit, of course. Coming up, the golfer says that the tour is headed in the wrong direction. We know what you're thinking. Of course, Phil's going to say that his side is the winning one. There's no surprise there. You're right, there isn't. Being on this side is what's guaranteeing him a 9-figure salary. Who wouldn't defend it? But you see, the 52-year-old didn't just stop there. While he thinks that LIV is going to do exceedingly well, he expects the tour to do exactly the opposite. That is, move in the wrong direction. He mentioned how they play against some of the best players in the world here at LIV Golf. At the same time, there are also some of the best players that play for the tour. Until both sides sit down and work something out, they're going to continue to change and evolve differently. Differently is the key word here. He said that LIV will trend upwards, but he sees the tour spiraling downwards, and this opinion just reinforces his decision to stay with LIV right now. He also talked about his feelings here, saying how reinvigorated and excited he feels to be able to play this kind of golf in such a competition. LIV is going to lead all aspects of change in golf, whether it be shorts or other things that are going to evolve. The golfer said, "I love the experience. I love the way they treat us." Phil also pointed out that LIV officials value the opinions and views of the golfers that they represent. They involve them and listen to them while making any big decision. Mickelson described this entire culture as very inclusive. Moving on, the tour is making some massive changes. We get where Phil may be coming from, but no one can deny how the tour is planning a massive overhaul of its existing structure, also including decisions brought in by its own members. Remember our video on the Tiger Woods-led players-only meeting? You should definitely check it out. The tour is moving to a new schedule from 2023 that will have 12 elevated events in addition to the usual majors and the Players' Championship. It will also necessitate a commitment from top players to compete in at least 20 tournaments. And a top player on the tour is now one who finishes in the top 20 in the PIP program. PIP payouts have also increased from $40 to $100 million. Golfers will also benefit from an earnings assurance program that will guarantee all exempt tour players a minimum of $500,000 for the season, given that they've played at least 15 events, and that is regardless of their prize earnings. So it's not like things aren't changing for the better here, Phil, because it looks like they are. Moving on, Mickelson isn't surprised by LIV's successful inaugural campaign, and that's all thanks to the support of Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. Go money! The golfer naturally relishes in the success LIV has received in terms of attention and great players. That said, he's not ignorant of the disagreement that they've they've received from the US and the UK. He thinks that golf is very lucky that something like PIF considers it worthy of investment. That allows the sport to be associated with billions of dollars right now, which is something that's never been seen before. It also allows golf to go global, which will do wonders for the game and the players. And even if the UK and the US aren't in favor of it, that's not all there is now, is it? LIV Golf is loved everywhere else in the world. It opens up more room for professional golf to move around the world and grow the game internationally in places it's never been valued before. Let's take a look at the Twitter news now. While Phil may have returned to the public eye with LIV Golf, he's staying wary of social media. The golfer hasn't come back to his formerly beloved Twitter account, but don't make any assumptions, because that's about to change. We are sure all of us here know how Phil has been one of the faces of pro golf for decades. It was hard to get away from him, but that's the thing. No one wanted to get away from him. He was there at every big tournament, every US team, and every Masters champion dinner. He didn't even miss our TV screens. The man was everywhere, and we loved to see him. On TV, we've also seen Phil's humorous side as well, something he brought with him to Twitter when he made his memorable first tweet in August 2018. A gif of him winking at the camera writing, "I got this Twitter thing down," and the rest is history. Over the next 2 years, Phil went on to be known as one of the funniest and most entertaining, not to mention active figures in golf Twitter. His viral jabs and smack talks, hard-to-miss videos, arguments with fans at 12 a.m., and a late-night Q&A while he sips his wine while flying home from his 2021 PGA Tour win. These unforgettable moments made us fall in love with him. Up next, his move to LIV Golf has changed a lot of things. And we're not just referring to things on the course. Sure, he isn't able to play huge tournaments or get ranking points. He was missed from the US team at the President's Cup last month, and won't be at the Ryder Cup either. But you all know that. We're talking about his break from the digital world of Twitter in 2022. After his controversial comments about LIV, the tour, and Saudi Arabia, all hell broke loose on the internet, and Phil went completely silent on Twitter. He made his final tweet on February 22nd, where the 52-year-old apologized for his actions, saying that he realizes how he hasn't been his best and needs time to get his priorities straight. Well, that time ended up being 8 long months, or maybe less. His account was completely dark until June 6th. Even then, he just posted another lengthy statement announcing his return to golf and about new beginnings with LIV Golf, calling it a fresh start. But after that, he went silent again. Finally, here comes his return to Twitter. September saw Phil's page light up again, but just to share an interview. This was still much different from the Phil we all knew and loved, but hey, it's better than nothing. We also noticed him retweeting Norman's posts about LIV Golf, ironically referencing Phil's calves. We were thinking he was here to stay, but it was also followed by another break. Phil's relationship with his Twitter fans sounds a lot like some of your guys' on-off relationships, where one of you refuses to let go. And in this case, the fans can't let go. He made a return of sorts this week though, but that was also just about the LIV Bangkok event. This is what we're talking about. Everyone can see that the golfer has made his way back to Twitter, but it looks like Phil left his playful sense of humor behind in February. We missed the entertainment, the laughs, and the conversations, and we don't think we'll be getting that back anytime soon. Maybe this latest activity will lead to old Phil cautiously coming back to life, or maybe we'll have to see another hiatus. Guess we'll have to find out soon enough. That's a wrap for this video. Do you miss the old Phil? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.